I'm Marianne Binetti, and today I want to tell you 3 different tips to really jazz up your pots and your container gardens. So, the first one is contrasting foliage. So I'm holding this really cool newer plant, and it is sold as an annual, which means it'll probably die at the end of the summer. It likes warm weather. But it is called Angel Wings. Look at those great big beautiful wings. Angel Wings Seneco. And so this is a plant that is big and bold, and you're growing it for the foliage. But it looks best when it's contrasting with really dark foliage. So in this pot, I was specifically looking for a black pot to grow this in. I want to put this with this great big beautiful dark heuchera. And this heuchera survived over the winter. It's a perennial. So the clue here, though, to the problem is that look what's popping up here. This is a clematis. This is the clematis Kyoto, Lady Kyoto. I talked about it last year in a video. It was gorgeous, and I'm so happy that it overwintered beautifully, and it's still going to grow up this support and bloom in this pot. Here's the problem. The clematis likes lots of water. The angel wings, no. It likes to dry out between waterings. So how can I grow this plant that likes to be dry before it's watered within this container with this heuchera and the clematis that loves growing with lots of moisture? Well, the trick is I'm going to leave it in the pot. It's in a nice gallon-sized pot, so it's, got a lot of root room. And I'm simply going to dig a hole in this pot, and not to disturb the clematis roots. And I'm going to sink that in. I'll dig the hole a little deeper. I'll mulch it, maybe with some wine corks, so you can hardly tell that I've set a pot within a pot. So now, when I go to water, I'll be watering the root zone of this clematis that likes lots of water, especially when it's in flower. And I will not water the container that is holding the angel wings until I really check the soil, feel it, and see that the soil is very dry. And only then, probably every third or fourth time that I water the clematis, will I go in there and water right into the pot of the Seneco angel wings. So that's my tip for growing something that likes it dry, usually these silver-leafed plants with this beautiful fine hairs on the foliage. They like dry soil. But the heucheras and the clematis, they enjoy moist soil. So here's my next tip. Here's a container, and this container is made out of this rusty steel quartz in here. And I planted this for spring color. It has these great daffodils and pansies. But when the daffodils are done blooming, I'm going to dig them out, leave these plants in, because I've already added this lovely vine. Now this vine is a black-eyed Susan vine, and it's going to be blooming all summer long. So once I take the daffodils out, we'll be coming back to this so I can show you the daffodils are done faded. I'm going to be adding some rusty supports in the form of these cool hoops that I'll be using as supports for this vine to grow on. So adding spring bulbs to a container, and then when they're past their prime, simply digging them out so you have room for another summer plant. And finally, my third tip. Well, this is a really cool container I found. It's a terracotta container, and I decided that instead of having all sorts of different bright colors and contrasting colors or spring colors, this pot is so spectacular. The tip is just keep it more quiet as far as plant material. So once again, we're using heuchera. This was called heuchera brownie, and using a spiky plant for contrast. This is a cordline called Pink Flamingo Cordline, and this is just branches that I just pulled up. I clipped off of a shrub that I had, and I just stick these 9-bar branches right into the soil to give it a little bit of height. They'll look good for a month or so, and that's it, because I want the beauty of this terracotta pot to be showcased, so the foliage is not going to be spilling over. The foliage is kind of all in the color tones of terracotta to really showcase the container garden. So there you have it, 3 tips to jazz up your container gardens: contrasting foliage, spring bulbs, and then a quieter color palette, and just choose amazing container gardens. Oh, one more thing. Right here, I have a big, bold orange pot because my whole patio I'm doing in sunset colors this year. And now I gotta think of some really cool plants for this one. We'll see you next time when I plant this up. This has been Marianne Binetti with Easy Answers for Great Gardens.
If you enjoyed these gardening tips, subscribe to our channel so you can get updates on new videos and stay in the know about all things gardening. Click the red subscribe button below. See the description below for more information about how to connect with us on PlantersPlace.com, Facebook, and Instagram.